Massey Ferguson, with the gold wheels and a mighty grin, will always be right there to lend a hand. If you see him passing by the road, tip your hat and say hello to the greatest little tractor in the land. Massey came to visit Jenny when he wasn't busy. "Hello, Jenny. What have you been up to?" said Massey. "Finishing off my diary, Massey. It's about when I was tired of living in a cupboard," said Jenny. "My mother's an inventor, and I still visit her. I met Steady Eddie. He told me you changed the shed into a house. Say, why don't you tell me your story?" "Me? Tell you my story? Oh well, it won't hurt." And this is how Jenny came to Tasmania back in January. Once upon a time, in the land of America, there was a house. In the house was a bedroom with a cupboard, and inside it was someone who was learning the human life. Its door opened, and out stepped a robot who was stretching and needed to change her ways of living small. Jenny Wakeman was a teenage robot with things she was to do. She had a lab with a computer and was doing her homework given to her from school. When that was finished, she saw something which caught her eye. Australia? I don't think I've visited it before, but Tasmania looks woodlandy. I think I'll visit it with finding a place to live, said Jenny. But what about my homework? Oh, I can't leave that unattended. It needs to be done. Plus, I have to send it to my school. I'll leave a note to let Mum know where I am. So she did. Then she quietly left the house and started her walk. All of a sudden, she noticed a box in the grass. Oh, what could this be? Wondered Jenny. She picked it up out of the grass. That's strange. It's got a button at the top, said Jenny. Curious, she pressed it, and before she knew what was happening, it turned into what was never seen from a robot's eye. It was a doorless van. Now, teenagers aren't allowed to drive vehicles when they don't have an age of 40, but for a robot, it's unknown to anyone Oh, wow! A van? I've never seen one, except when riding to school in Mum's car, said Jenny. Oh, but I haven't planned on how to get to Tasmania. I think I know a town with the world of the past. Finley I met told me a secret door in a back room. It would take me to an adventure. Before anyone had seen her, Jenny climbed into the van and started doing her very first drive. She was just about to drive off when she heard a shout from a distant police officer that was out on a night patrol. Uh-oh. Mum didn't tell me about the police on patrol. I hope they're not after me, thought Jenny. What kind of car is that? Oh, reported to the chief. With a careful step on the pedal, she drove on the long drive to the town just through Friendlyville. It was still night time till she came through Friendlyville and started looking for the city away from it. Again she heard a shout. Nothing's on my tail. I'll continue on safely. But she spoke too soon. When she came to the city, she could see another police car on patrol on its routes. Oh no! My driver's gone from almost bad to almost worse. I'll keep quiet as I drive to the other side of the city, said Jenny. Carefully, she drove the van out of sight of the police car, keeping calm. At last, she reached the shop safe and sound. She got out of the van and it turned back into a box. I'll take my transporter box with me in case I need to get back, she told herself. Just before she went in, as if by magic, a filly appeared. Hello, Jenny. What brings you here? Said Sweetabelle. I'm wanting to get to Tasmania. It's got a nice shed. Oh, a big space it is, said Jenny. You can go through this door in the back room, said Sweetabelle. Oh. Let's have a look through this door. Jenny walked through the shop into a room. She looked around and saw the door of adventures. Where shall it take me? She asked herself. With a step from her feet, she walked through it. To her surprise, she found herself on a truck in a truck depot. It was the UK, and it was the Eddie Stobart depot, and what was more, to her surprise, which was a shock, she was standing on a truck. Time to make a delivery to New Zealand, she heard a truck driver say. Jenny, realizing the truck was about to move, quickly grabbed the top, hanging on for dear life. The truck moved out of the depot, heading toward a ferry port, taking what was to be delivered to New Zealand. When it came to the ferry port, boarding the ferry, Jenny thought she'd better get off and find a dry spot to rest. The ferry left England and set off, heading to New Zealand. It soon reached the country. Jenny saw the chance to get off and find a place to take shelter. I've heard a story about Massey visiting Tasmania with Gracie and Max. They went through a warehouse to get to Devonport, said Jenny. Masterton is the name of the third location. All of a sudden, a big green tractor came round the corner of the road, heading straight for Jenny. Woohoo! Oh! But didn't have time to see who got in the way after Jenny ran off. Jenny, after running out of the harbour, got to a certain spot in a wood. A tree trunk was what she found, shady, and she could be safe in it. Before she went in it, she noticed the road to a farm. Oh dear, she thought. That farm doesn't look safe for me. If anyone from it sees me, I'm in trouble. Massey was silent when she finished the story. You have been lucky, said Massey. But with the help from this country, I'm getting on all right. I even got a letter from Mum. She must have seen me on telly to find my address to ask what I was up to, said Jenny. We knew your case, so he could send a letter from you back to her. It's got a return address, said Massey. Maybe my homework too. I did it during my 6-week resting in the shed. My school doesn't know about my whereabouts. Massey could only agree. Massey Ferguson, with the gold wheels and a mighty grin, will always be right there to lend a hand. If you see him passing by the road, tip your hat and say hello to the greatest little tractor in the land.